Welcome to Wired In. This month, we're continuing our discussion about lighting. That brings up a topic we really haven't talked about, and that is something that you may not realize you need to do, and that's auditing.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about how important that process is and how to accomplish that process, especially when you're in an area that, in a situation or an industry where that may be really difficult to do.
Right. The audit is the most important part of the project.
Really?
Yeah. If the count is wrong, if the you're shipping the wrong product in, all of that. Just if you're doing one location, that project is dead because you've now audited incorrectly. If you're doing 100 locations, that project becomes a big headache if the audits weren't done correctly.
So you said it's the most important part. So the obstacles you come up with and the problems on a project, do they usually go back to a bad audit?
Yeah, a lot of times they looked up. But audits a lot of times are done. You're walking around.
Right.
They're taking pictures, they're using apps, they're doing different things to do that audit. If it's not accurate, pictures weren't taken. They said it was a halogen, lamp. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was a really good LED lamp that looks like a halogen. They are out there. So you really got to make sure that audit was done correctly. If not, that could be a major problem.
Do I have to audit everything?
Yes, every bulb.
I got to count every bulb in my entire company?
Yes, and find out what ballasts are in there a lot of times as well. Now,
is that something that you're finding the customers tend to do, or is that something that is part of the process of what you offer, or a little bit of both?
It's part of the process that we offer. You really want that audit done by a lighting professional. That's what you want. You want them to go in, because again, I was talking before about these being snowflakes, and every store is different, or every restaurant is different, or the chain that they acquired, things like that. When you bring that in, we may come across things. You may come across things that you really didn't know you had. You knew you were supplying a lamp to that store in Arizona, but you really never went to that store in Arizona. So it's a table lamp that you can't put this one retrofit into. It's going to be something different. So you really want a lighting expert to really look at that and come up with the right solution.
Well, and I would think too, if I did the audit and then I hand you the audit, I'm responsible for the audit.
Right, exactly.
So when problems come up, they're my problems.
Right.
So if you come in and you do the audit, you're responsible for your audit, right?
Right, exactly.
So it has a lot to do with risk too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you own it.
All right. I just talked to my bosses and they're like, yeah, we need to audit, but we're not going to pay for it.
Right.
How much should an audit cost? How does that work into the whole project?
It's usually a few cents a square foot is what it comes down to. And a lot of companies will audit a facility and say, if you go with the project, it's free. But we're not just going to audit for free every location in the country. So that's kind of where it plays into as well. The audit is good. It's a little bit of skin in the game for the partner. So the partner will do, if it's, say there's a chain, do a couple audits for free, see if that generates interest. But if it's an office building and they say, well, we want 3 different companies to bid on the project, 3 different companies to do an audit.
Oof.
It's a lot of time, it's a lot of resources, and you really got to understand, you really got to see what their appetite is before you do that, because it's a lot of undertaking, it's a lot of resources.
Well, that really needs to be done before you can determine what the return on investment is, right? You can't really, are you just estimating at that point if you don't have a complete audit?
Yeah, so again, let's go back to a single location of an office building. You do an audit of a floor, you extrapolate at 27 floors. You add 10% contingency into that. Is that desirable? Right now, now we'll do the audit. If it's an 8-year payback and nobody cares, you don't do the audit after that point. So that's really where the difference is. And in a retail store, a restaurant, hotels, things like that, you can do that same thing. You can look at 2 or 3 locations and extrapolate it across 500. And here's the payback.
We're building this community around you. So comment, communicate with us. Let us know what you'd like to see, what kind of topics would be great for you to hear, and what kind of people you'd like for us to talk to. That's the end of this little snippet of the conversation. We'll be publishing the whole conversation very soon. Look for the next part, where we talk in depth about who needs to be on the team. Who do I need to talk to at my company to make sure I'm getting all of the information that I need to make this project successful? Until next time, bye-bye.